the most, Jay Will? Thunder or Spurs?
I'm going to go with OKC here just because, look, the Spurs record against OKC throughout the course of the regular season combined with the postseason is 5-2. They beat up on OKC this year. And the way they came out in game one, the way they established themselves in overtime and the way they got that win, I think OKC fought back in game two. But I think OKC can take control of this series. I think psychologically for them, winning game one of 2 games at home on their home court is going to be very, very important for them moving forward. But I do have to address something that Stephen A. said something yesterday because I wasn't in the show. Because I know he's going at Chet, and it's been trending everywhere online. And I get it, Stephen A., Chet, 7-1. You want to see him take on that responsibility of Victor Wembanyama. I think sometimes we forget how damn tall 7'4" really is. And I wanted to just show you a little bit of a reminder, even though I know I'm not Chet. S.A., KP, you may laugh at this photo, but it's a real scenario for me. Now, before I show you the photo, S.A.,
there it is.
I was going to tell you now, I was interviewing Yao Ming 10 years ago, and I had to say, now I recognize why you were the first pick and why I was second. My head is the size of his damn kneecap. Okay? I look like Muggsy Bogues. I look like Kevin Hart. Come on now. And this is a real photo in real time of me next to Yao. Even if you were to see a picture of Shaquille O'Neal next to Yao Ming, Shaquille still looks small.
Look at me right there.
Look at you
See me right there with Wemby?
So all I'm going to say is I don't think Chet is the right matchup for Wemby, even though you want him to be that guy. A lot of times we have guys on teams for that role. PJ Tucker for roles like that. This man right here for roles like that. And that's what I think Isaiah Hartenstein, that's his role for a series like this, because I don't want Chet in foul trouble because of his versatility offensively. I want that to be Isaiah Hartenstein.
Well, wait a minute. You're wrong, Jay. You're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, as you said, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? I don't look at myself that way, but damn, everybody said what I said about Chet Holmgren, but you quoting me. They quoting me online. I wasn't the only one that said the damn thing. Everybody was watching the game. We're like, damn. And what was the reason for it, fellas? Jay, you also talked about that dog in you and that heart in you. What I'm saying to you is this: Wemby 7'5", but damn, Chet's 7'1". And when you are when Wemby is in the post and Alex Caruso is guarding him, you got to be willing to accept some of that assignment, some of that responsibility is all I was saying. And then you have Big Perk and others talking about how Chet Holmgren looked a little scared. Now wait a minute now. We ain't just talking about 7'5" compared to 7'1". We talking about those other things that a keen basketball eye such as yourself notices, Jay. Mm-hmm. We're watching. And we're like, wait a minute. It's one thing for you, you spying, you look, because he did block one of Wemby's shots, spying and stuff like that. It's another thing altogether when it doesn't appear as if you really, really want that smoke. What did you say yesterday, Big Perk? Wemby can't stand you. He hates you. He does not like you. He does not like you at all. And I'm going like this, Jay. The man comes out there and he just finished watching Shai get the MVP that he clearly believes belongs to him. And he's clearly coming out there on a mission. And he is. And you do nothing. He has 41 points and 24 rebounds. You have 4 points? What? 4, 8, I know it's 2 field goals. What? You can't do that. You Chet Holmgren, you can play. You're not a scrub, and you're 7'1". What's up? I didn't think it was beyond the pale for me to ask that question.
S.A., I'm so disappointed in Jay Will today, Shay.
I can't even tell.
Today, you have completely fell off like no limit. all across the board.
Why you gotta do that to Master P?
No, because I'm saying,
what is no limit in
because
Master?
I'm saying, bro,
What does Master P got to do?
because you all over the place.
That's not nice. We love Master P on this show. Be nice. Be nice.
But hey, listen. Let me speak my
Just be
piece.
nice. Just be nice.
I mean,
He's
you all
focused
over
on
the
business.
place, and he's selective on how he want to go at people. See, he don't like watching SGA play, right? Because he hold on.
That's not what he said.
What he said?
Don't you be
He
saying
said
it.
he doesn't like the way he flails or the way he complains to the refs.
Thank you.
He likes to watch him play.
And it's a hard watch. Did you not say that?
I said yes. It's a hard watch.
Okay, so it's a hard watch. And then he gets on, then we go back and forth because he said, the Cavs, they went through 2 7-game series. They're fatigued. You got to understand. You got to feel them. And then all of a sudden, you have a level of compassion for Chet Holmgren at 7-1. A guy that should be wanting to get in the trenches. A guy that was a first-time All-Star this year. A guy that now needs to step up and be the Robin, the second option to SGA, because we know that J-Dub is most likely not going to come back. We understand that OKC probably playing these mind games, talking about day-to-day and game-to-game, but we know how them hamstring injuries are. Man, Chet got a man up. 10.6 rebounds. You got to go get some of that smoke. You ducking. And to be honest with you, he does look scared. He does look scared. I want to see it. They've been beefing since they've been in high school. Now, to answer your question, because he went completely off topic.
I couldn't help myself.
He has a hard time of following rules today, Shay. Who needs this game the most? The Spurs. You know why? Because for the first time, I feel like the Thunder has doubt. And although they won game 2, it wasn't enough that was like convincingly enough that I saw it in Shai's face. We know Shai, like, he has this certain type of aura about himself. But I'm looking at a Shea Butter right now that look concerned. Wemby got them people spooked. Mm-hmm. The San Antonio Spurs got them spooked. And if I'm the Spurs, I'm coming into this game tonight as in a must-win situation. Because, look, I want to hit them. I didn't already blacken one eye. I want to blacken the left eye. That's what I want to do. I want to knock them out. I don't want them to have zero hope that they could compete with us. So I'm coming out and I'm protecting home court. I want to smash the gas on.
Can I stay off track and go back to the thing you know I'm hot about?
I don't care what you hot about.
Okay. You and SA. I'm about to dice both of y'all.
Okay. Same team.
Cut y'all up. Here, I have heard you both on multiple occasions. SA has been coming around towards it because I've been hearing about how he's been elevating this man's name. KP, I've heard you say that this man's name is one of the greatest of all time. Haven't you both said that Sam Presti could go down in history as maybe one of the greatest executives that basketball has ever seen?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
That was me.
So let's talk about Sam Presti and some of the attributes that are associated with being a great executive. Seeing the intangibles and who players really are. You don't think Sam Presti has been able to watch some of the intangibles around Chet? And why was one of the reasons he went out and got an Isaiah Hartenstein? Because Hartenstein will do a lot of the dirty, grimy work, more physical. When Chet is a good on-the-ball defender, can block shots, maybe from the weak side, could block players that are a little bit more light than they ass. But he ain't going to handle guys who have size and frame like Kendrick Perkins or guys who are like aliens. That's why the executive of the year multiple times, an executive that both of you have called maybe the greatest executive to ever participate in the NBA, got a guy like Hartenstein for the defensive mindset to have against a guy like Wemby. That's why. Because he's seen some of these same things that you guys are enunciating and articulating on this show that have existed with Chet from the beginning.
Well,
Chet hasn't put on 30, 40 pounds. He's shown you some of these attributes earlier in his career. And that's why he went out and got an additional piece to win a championship.
But two things could be true, Jay. Everything that you just said about Sam Presti and why he went out and got Isaiah Hartenstein and still the fact that at least periodically it's a challenge that Chet Holmgren should embrace. You know what I'm saying? You're not sit up there and just limited by your own abilities. There are times that you have gone up against somebody and you may have been overmatched, but you embrace the challenge. There's times that Big Perk has gone up against somebody and he may have been overmatched, but he accepts the challenge, especially when you see a teammate that's even inferior to you against the opposition because of their physical limitations. How fair is it to Alex Caruso, who's about 5-6 inches shorter than Chet Holmgren, to be guarding Wemby in the post when Chet Holmgren is right there? I'm not talking about every play, but you can embrace the challenge. I'm simply saying, and then when it's, and Jay, this is where you lose. You talk about schooling people. You need to go back to school on this one. I said you talk about schooling people. You need to go back to school on this point. The Jay Williams I know, if a cat despised you and was coming for you, and publicize the fact that he was doing just that, you're going to go at him. But that's all we're talking about. But that's all we're saying.
But I agree with you and KP. Y'all both right. That's why he went out and got Hartenstein.
No.
But can he?
Because
but we're not talking about
that.
that. We're saying because you have Hartenstein, okay, you know eventually he's going to come in and play that role. Why not go out there for a few plays and embrace it yourself and let him know, yo, I got you. I got your back. I'm going to do this too. Well, that's all we're talking about. We're not. Chet Holmgren is not a scrub. Chet Holmgren, and he ain't 6'1". The brother is 7'1" and can play. What the hell are you doing allowing others to defer to when you right there and Wemby's giving it to them? You could do something instead of looking like Fright Night. Like you one of them people being chased by Jason on Friday the 13th or something. Come on, man.
If he's not going to defend Wemby, maybe he could clap back with having a few more points. Like he's struggling with shooting 2 through the first 2 games. So let's see what happens there. Let's recap, though, this parlay. We got SGA, 30 or more points, Wemby, 15 or more boards, and then Stephon Castle, 20 or more points. Those odds, plus 525 and available at DraftKings Sportsbook right now. Coming up on First Take, one thing